Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, Collective. Welcome back into the channel, you guys. So, you guys, this is going to be our shadow work message for today. And of course, this is about helping you to understand your unconscious side. You know, those things that we don't realize sometimes that are shadow, that are on the more dark side of us, those things that affect us sometimes in negative ways that are affects our choices, how we think about ourselves, the relationships that we choose. So let's pull a few cards to see what we can be focusing on, that we can be working on healing in order to help improve. And this is something that everybody needs to work on. We all have something that's in our shadow, that's on our shadow side that we can work on healing. Okay. And again, sometimes we are, not even aware of, these things. So it's good to address them, kind of talk through them and see if they resonate for you. Or this could be someone that flip the roles. But everybody has something, right? That we should always be working on healing. To all of my current followers and subscribers, welcome back in, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your love and support to the channel. It means so much to me. Welcome in all of the incoming followers and subscribers. Thank you guys for being here with us as well. We love that you are joining the family. And for all of you guys, just make sure that when you hit that subscribe button to hit that notification bell and hit all, just so that you are notified anytime I upload new messages for you guys, okay? All right, so let's see what we all need to be working on at this time. Okay, the first one is Journey Inward, and it came out in reverse. The path to enlightenment starts within you, introspection and growth. So, with it coming out in reverse, this is telling me that some of you are having a hard time looking deeper, going within, gaining a new perspective, taking a deeper dive into you. This definitely takes you not being fearful of what you might find, what you might remember, because sometimes we find when we journey within, there are memories that we forgot about, maybe from childhood that were traumatic, right? Sometimes we find there's characteristics about ourselves that, we really don't like about ourselves. But the whole point of doing this is to gain that introspection. It is supposed to enlighten you to what you need to work on and help you grow. Once you figure it out and you start to heal from it, you can grow from it. So don't be afraid of that. What else do we need to be working on at this time? What else do we need to be working on at this time? Oh, okay. Face, yeah, exactly. Some of you are having a hard time facing your inner demons. Don't be afraid of darkness. There's a light nearby. Transform and integrate. So this goes along with journeying within very well, because again, once we journey within, we usually find, those inner demons that, we don't like to stand up to or address, acknowledge, right? Um, but there's something within us when we go through traumatic experiences, when we go through hard times and we deal with heartbreak and disappointment and we are angry, we have resentment, we hold grudges, inner demons are basically those parasites that keep us in those negative mindsets that constantly remind us of those negative things that keep us in a lower vibration. So when you face those things, when you address them head on, when you become, not fearful, number one of them, and number two, when you begin to forgive yourself, number one, you learn how to forgive the external parties involved in the situations. And forgiving, as a reminder, it doesn't mean that you have to forget what happened, because whatever happened, it definitely happened. But forgiveness is more about setting yourself free. It's about forgiving yourself, forgiving the outside party or external factors in the situation to free yourself, so that you are able to move forward, so that you are able to evolve. If you cannot forgive the situation, the external factors, yourself, you will stay in a sometimes guilt and shame, and it prevents you from growth. Explore your feelings, delve into insecurities and unresolved emotions, authentic closure and peace. Yes. And when you can start to let those negative feelings go, you can forgive yourself. Again, forgive the external factors involved. You can begin to explore your own feelings. You can delve into getting rid of a lot of those insecurities. And those insecurities came from, again, feeling that guilt and shame, or listening to external factors who didn't have your best interests at heart. And once you find closure, you will find peace, and you will be able to live in your authentic self. Self compassion, embracing imperfections helps you find strength, growth, mindset, resilience. You have to give yourself compassion. Some of you guys have a hard time doing that, especially when you have insecurities, especially when you feel that you've been less than perfect, or you haven't always made, good decisions throughout your life. We're definitely hard on ourselves, but we all need to have a sense of grace, because, again, this journey does not come with a step by step, because all of our journeys are completely different. The experiences that we go through are very similar, but how we receive them and how we perceive them is going to be different. So, what is a constant is change. What is a constant is self love. That is something that all of us can give ourselves, that nobody else can take. Give yourself compassion. Give yourself the compassion that you need, the grace that you need in order to get through working on getting past those insecurities, those things that you fear make you less than, because everybody has insecurities, but it doesn't make you less lovable. It doesn't make you unworthy to be treated well, to be respected, to be adored. It doesn't mean that you can't be confident, because there's certain things you're insecure about either. Some of you are afraid to unmask your truth. The eye sees only what the mind is prepared to know. Self examination and revelation. Yeah, again, you guys can't be afraid to look at the truth. And the truth is usually very ugly. But again, once you can do that and start exploring how you feel about those ugly truths, once you can face those inner demons, after you go within, again, you'll realize it's just your thoughts. These are not things that can be your reality if you don't allow them to be. But you have to be truthful in how you look at things. You can't create illusions in order to cope. Inner cosmos, to embrace the light, first acknowledge the dark. Trauma, seeing, and go deeper. Exactly. More of this introspection, more of this going within. You have to acknowledge your dark side in order to figure out how to get to your light side, or how to balance it. Because, like I always say as well, we have to have both a balance of light and dark. None of us are all light all the time. All, it's impossible. Life doesn't allow us to be that way. However, the dark side of us is more about how we survive, how we take care of ourselves. You know, sometimes we have to go into dark mode to survive or to deal with outside factors. However, our mindset should usually be on our light side. It should be more optimistic. It should be giving us grace. It should be giving us love. So that's a little bit different. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, that's what I have for you. I pray that was helpful. Please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow. But until next time, you guys, bye.